Good morning, students. 12th Standard Economics, Chapter 1, Introduction of Macroeconomics. Already we study about definition of macroeconomics, scope of macroeconomics, importance of macroeconomics, limitations of macroeconomics. Now we study about economy and its types. A.J. Brown's definition is a system by which people earn their living. That means people earn their living is economy. J.R. Hicks, his definition is an economy is a cooperation of producer and workers to make goods and services that satisfy the wants of the consumers. That means consumer wants is fulfilled. That means J.R. Hicks definition is cooperation of producers and workers to make goods and services for the consumers. Consumers want to get all the goods. That definition is J.R. Hicks. A.J. Brown definition and J.R. Hicks. They are all give definition of economy. Each economy has its own character. That means each economy means macroeconomy and microeconomy. Macroeconomy has its own character and also microeconomy has its own character. The functions are also vary. That means macro functions are very different from microeconomy. Macroeconomy functions are different from microeconomy. Flowchart. Functioning of an economy based on activities. Economic activities are based on lot of functions. Growth, production activity. Growth means economy got growth. Production activity, consumption activity. Exchange activity. Consumption activity means நுகர்வு சம்பந்தமானது. Production activity means உற்பத்தி சம்பந்தப்பட்டது. Supporting economic and non-economic activities of an economy. Economy is supporting from economic activities and non-economic activities. And also external activities also. External activities means export, import. The fundamental activities are in economy, the fundamental activities, production, consumption. Production and consumption. The fundamental activities are in economy. First one is production, consumption. This also supported by several other activities. Several other activities means external activities, economic activities, non-economic activities. Their economy achieve growth. Major economic activities. First one is transportation. Second one is banking. Third one is advertising. Fourth one is planning. Fifth one is government policy. These are all major economic activities. Major economic activities are 5 points are there. First one is transportation. Second one is banking. Third one is advertising. Fourth one is planning. Fifth one is government policy. Then major non-economic activities. Major non-economic activities. Already we study about major economic activities. Just opposite. Non-economic activities. First one is environment. Second one is health. Third one is education. Fourth one is entertainment. Fifth one is governance. Governance means state government or central government. Sixth one is regulations. Regulations means நெறிப்படுத்துதல். Major non-economic activities. First one is environment. Environment means in our Second one is health. Third one is education. Fourth one is entertainment. Entertainment means seeing movie like that. Fifth one is governance. That means state government or central government. Sixth one is regulations. நெறிப்படுத்துதல். These are all the activities are influenced in the economics. Then external activities. External activities also influence in the economy. First one is import, second one is export, third one is international relations. International relations means பன்னாட்டு உறவுகள். Fourth one is emigration. Emigration குடிபெயர்தல். Fifth one is immigration. Some person from other country come into next country. Sixth one, foreign investment. அந்நிய முதலீடு. Seventh one is foreign exchange earnings. These activities are influence the entire functioning of the economy. Major economic activities and major non-economic activities, external activities or influence the entire functioning of the economy. Then we will see about types of economy. Types. Some types of the first one is status of development. Status of development. Status of development means developed countries, underdeveloped countries, and third one is undeveloped countries. Fourth one is developing countries. These are all the status of development. Status of development means first one is developed countries, developed economy countries. Second one is underdeveloped economy countries. Third one is undeveloped economy countries. Fourth one is developing economy countries. These are all the status of development. Second one is system of activities. System of activities means three systems are there. First one is capitalism. Second one is socialistic. That means socialism. Third one is mixed economies. These are all the system of activities. System of activities means capitalism. USA followed the capitalism. Socialism, socialistic. It was followed in China. Mixed economies. It is followed in India. Third one is scale of activities. Scale of activities means அவங்களுடைய நடவடிக்கைகளை அளவீடு செய்வது. That means small economy or large economy. Scale of activities. Small one, large one. Small economies and large economies. Small, little bit small, large, big economies. Fourth one, nature of functioning. Nature of functioning means static, and the second one is dynamic. Static means நிலையான. Static economy or static functioning, நிலையான function, நிலையான நடவடிக்கை. Then second one is dynamic economy. It was changed all the times. That is nature of functioning. Fifth one is nature of operation. Nature of operation means first one is closed economy, then second one is open economies. Closed economies no one see, but open economies all of them see the economy system. That is closed economy and open economy. Nature of advancement. Nature of advancement means first one is traditional and second one is modern economies. Traditional means old system. That is traditional. Second one is now we are living in modern world. We follow the modern economies. So these are all nature of advancement. Then level of national income. Level of national income means low, middle, high. We earn money low level, that is low income. We earn money middle. that is middle income. We earn lot of money, that is high income. These are all level of national income. The 7 points are types of economy. Types of economy, there are 7 points. First one is status of development, second one is system of activities, third one is scale of activities, fourth one is nature of functioning, and fifth point is nature of operation, sixth point is nature of advancement, and seventh one is level of national income. Level of national income means low income, middle income, and high income. Okay. Then we will see about economic systems. Economic systems refers to individual and institutions. Economic system means individual and institutions. These are all the things are economic systems. The major types of economic system. 3 types are there. The 3 major types of economic systems. First one is capitalist economy, second one is socialistic economy, third one is mixed economy. Capitalistic economy means some people are capital, lot of people are workers. That means capitalistic economy. Second one is socialistic economy. All are equal. There are no private owners. All these things are owned by public. Third one is mixed economy. Mixed economy means merits of capitalism and merits of socialism that coexist here. That is mixed economy. Globalism. Globalism means Manfred D. Steger 2002, he defined globalism, new market ideology of globalization. Manfred D. Steger definition is new market ideology of globalization. That is international trade. One country trade with another country. Their aim was global development. Their aim is global development. Then their aim is extended capitalism also. That means all the countries should follow the capitalism. Then capitalism, socialism, extreme opposite. These two types of economy is extreme opposite. That means capitalism means all the things are owned by the private, but socialism means all the industries are owned by public. So extreme opposite. Capitalism, total freedom of ownership, total freedom. Private people has total freedom of ownership, but socialism there is no freedom. That is called just opposite capitalism and socialism. Then mixedism. Mixedism means capitalism and socialism coexistence together. That is mixedism. Capitalistic economy. Now we see about capitalistic economy followed in USA like that. Okay. Then Adam Smith definition is, Adam Smith was a father of capitalism. Capitalistic economy, Adam Smith. See, all of you listen carefully. Adam Smith was father of capitalism. Who was father of capitalism? Adam Smith. Then they followed free economy. There is no control by the government. Free economy and market economy. Government role is very, very minimum. Government role is very, very minimum. But the government cannot control economy for the capitalistic economy. The aim is profit motive. private individual has lot of freedom. Their aim is profit motive, lot of profit. USA, West Germany, Australia, Japan, these countries are followed capitalism, but they undertake social welfare measures for downtrodden people. Sometimes the countries undertake social welfare measures for downtrodden people. Downtrodden people means very low income, the people are very poor, that means downtrodden people. Features of capitalistic economy. Features of capitalistic economy. First of all, capitalistic economy. Who was the father of capitalistic economy? Adam Smith. Now we see about features of capitalistic economy. Features means இயல்புகள். First one is private ownership of property and law of inheritance. Private ownership of property and law of inheritance. That means all the resources owned by the private or individual. All the resources means land, capital, mines, machines. All these things are owned by private. Second point, there is no inheritance. That means, law of inheritance. Their property was undertaken by their son or daughters. Then second point, freedom of choice and enterprise. Freedom of choice. That means people can choose anything. The people can choose place, any occupation, any trade, any commodity. These are all the things people can choose anything. Producers also can choose anything. Consumers also wants to buy anything. That means freedom of choice and enterprise. Third one is profit motive. Their motive is very high profit. Then they use advanced technology. Third one, division of labor. That means some capitalistic are there, lot of workers are there. Fourth one, specialization. Specialization means those who are specialized some skills, they appoint there. Their golden rule is to maximize profit. Capitalism economy, in the capitalist, their golden rule is to maximize profit. Fourth one, free competition. Free competition. There is no control by the government. Buyers can buy anything and sellers can sold anything. Government cannot interfere in these things. Fifth one, price mechanism. Price mechanism means price, vilai. Heart of capitalistic economy. Capitalistic economy, their main aim is, their heart of the point is price mechanism. Market forces of demand and supply. They want to supply lot of things. People's demand is fulfilled. Sixth one, role of government. Government has limited role. That is, they can give basic services. Basic services means first one is defense, second one is public health, third one is education. These things can give government. That means government has limited role. Inequalities of income. Capitalism economy, few people are haves. Haves means rich people. Lot of people are have-nots. That means lot of people are poor. Rich people become richer, poor people become poorer. That means inequalities of income in the capitalistic economy. These are all the features of capitalism. These are all the features of capitalism. First, features of capitalism. First point is private ownership of property and law of inheritance. That means their property was sold or owned by her son. Second point is freedom of choice and enterprise. Third one is profit motive, and fourth one is free competition. Fifth one is price mechanism. Sixth one is role of government. Seventh one is inequalities of income. 7 points are there in the features of capitalistic economy. These are all. This question is 3-mark question. 3-mark question we have to study 3 points, or 5-mark question we have to study 5 points. Features of capitalistic economy. Now we see about merits of capitalism. Merits. First one is automatic working. Without any government intervention, people can work automatically. Their motive is high profit. First point is automatic working. That means without any government intervention. That means government cannot interfere anything. People can work automatically or freely. Then second point, efficient use of resources. Efficient use of resources means optimum use. All the resources used by private ownership. All the resources are optimum used by private people. That means optimum means high level. Third one, incentives for hard work. Incentives for hard work. Hard workers can get incentives. Entrepreneurs can get more profit. That means incentives for hard work. Incentives for hard work means workers can get incentives. Entrepreneurs can get more profit. Fourth one, economic progress. Production is very high. In capitalism economy, they want to product very high level. Fifth one, consumer sovereignty. They want to satisfy the consumers. Consumers wants to get lot of things. Then sixth point is higher rates of capital formation. Higher rates of capital formation. Their main aim is they are saving money, and investment leads to higher rates of capital formation. Their main aim is saving, and investment leads to higher rates of capital formation. Seventh point, development of new technology. Development of new technology. Producers invest on new technology. Producers invest lot of new technology. They want to produce quality goods. Their aim is high profit. These are all the things. Development of new technology. Merits of capitalism. First one is automatic working. Second one is efficient use of resources. Third one is incentives for hard work. Fourth one is economic progress. Fifth one is consumer sovereignty. Sixth one is higher rates of capital formation. Higher rates of capital formation means people wants to saving money, and investment leads to higher rates of capital formation. Then seventh point is development of new technology. Producers can invest new technology and want to produce quality goods, and their main aim is profit motive. Then demerits of capitalism. Demerits of capitalism or limitations of capitalism. Limitations of capitalism also known as demerits of capitalism. First one is concentration of wealth and income. Concentration of wealth and income. Some wealths owned by few hands. Lot of wealths owned by few hands. There is a inequalities of income in the capitalistic economy. Inequalities of income means some people got low income, some people got middle income, some people got high income. Then second point is wastage of resources. Producers wasted lot of resources. Large amount of resources are wasted by the private owners. That means wastage of resources. Resources means land, labor, money. These are all the things are resources. Third one, class struggle. Class struggle means classes. Class. That means capitalist workers. There is a lot of different from capitalist workers. Capitalists are rich people. Workers are poor people. They struggle each other. That means class struggle. Fourth one, business cycle. There is a frequent violent economic fluctuations are there. Frequent violent economic fluctuation. Fluctuation means sometimes they got high profit, sometimes they got low profit. That means fluctuations. And crisis. Sometimes they got crisis, sometimes they got problem. That means crisis. This is business cycle. Fifth one is production of non-essential goods. Production of non-essential goods. Non-essential. Sometimes they produce non-essential goods. That means production of non-essential goods. These are all the demerits of capitalism or limitations of capitalism. Demerits of capitalism. First point is concentration of wealth and income. Second point is wastage of resources. And third point is class struggle. Fourth point is business cycle. Fifth point is production of non-essential goods. Non-essential goods means it is not important. Producers sometimes produce non-essential goods. That means it is not important goods. Then we see about socialistic economy. Socialistic economy means all are equal. Karl Marx was the father of socialism. Karl Marx was the father of socialism. His definition is total planning by the government. All the things are owned by public. Major industries are owned by the government. Also, socialist economy also known as planned economy and command economy. Planned economy, command economy, socialist economy, all these three things are same thing. Socialist economy are also called planned economy or command economy. Karl Marx was the father of socialism. Karl Marx was the father of socialism. All the resources are owned by the government. In a socialistic economy, their main motive is public welfare. Their aim is equality in the distribution of income. Capitalistic economy, their main aim is equality in the distribution of income. Wealth, equal opportunities for all. Russia, Vietnam, Poland, Cuba. These countries are followed socialistic economy, but now no absolutely socialistic economy in nowadays. Russia, Vietnam, Poland, Cuba are the countries are followed socialistic economy, but now there is no absolute socialistic economies. Russia, Vietnam, Poland, Cuba. These countries are followed capitalistic economy, but now there is no absolutely socialistic economy means no correct that is not correct socialistic economy in these countries. Then we will see about features of socialism. Features of socialism. First one is public ownership of means of production. That means all the things are owned by the public. That means government. All the resources are owned by the public. All the factors of productions also owned by the government. All these things are managed by the government. That means public ownership of means of production. Second one is central planning. Central planning means all the decisions are undertaken by the government. That means central planning. All the decisions undertaken by the government. Third one is maximum social benefit. Maximum benefits are distributed all the people equally. That means maximum social benefit. Fourth point is non-existence of competition. There is no competition. That means absence of competition. There is no competitions of buyers and sellers. The state government fully control. All the things are controlled by the government. Consumers has limited choice. Consumers has limited choice. These are all the things are features of socialism. First one is public ownership of means of production. Second one is central planning. Third one is maximum social benefit. Fourth one is non-existence of competition. Fifth one is absence of price mechanism. Absence of price mechanism means there is no control. All the control by the central planning authority. All the industries or all the factors of productions are controlled by the central planning authority. That means absence of price mechanism. Sixth point is equality of income. Equality of income means all the peoples have got equal income. Removal and reduction of economic inequalities. There is no economic inequalities. No private property. Our people has no private property and people has no law of inheritance. All the things are owned by the government. Seventh one is equality of opportunity. Free health. All the peoples have got free health. Then all the peoples have got education. Then also all the peoples have got professional training. So equal opportunities are there. All the peoples got equal opportunities. Then eighth point is classless society. There is no capitalistic and there is no workers. All the peoples are equal. Everyone is equal. Economic status is concerned. Everyone has equal status. Equal status means there is no classless society. Then we will see about merits of socialism. Merits of socialism. First one is reduction in inequalities. There is no little bit inequalities are there. No one is allowed to own property. No one people has private property. All the properties are owned by the government. That means reduction in inequalities. Second point is rational allocation of resources. Rational allocation of resources. All the resources are controlled by the government. Rational allocation means central planning authority allocates the resources. That means government allocated the resources. There is no wastage. Wastage are minimized. But in a capitalist economy, lot of wastage are there. But in a socialist economy, the wastage are minimized. Investments planned manner. There is some people's government investments are planned manner. Everything are planned. That is rational allocation of resources. Third one is absence of class conflict. There is no conflict between rich and poor. There is no conflict between, that means there is no struggle between rich and poor. All are equal. That society was very harmonious manner. Very harmonious manner means joyfully. All the peoples are very joyfully living. Then fourth point, end of trade cycle. End of trade cycle. Planning authority. The planning authority means government. Government, production, distribution of goods and services, are all these things are controlled by the planning authority. There is no fluctuation. That means sometimes that they got no high profit, sometimes they got low profit. There is no fluctuation. That things are not happened in the socialistic economy. That means no fluctuation. No fluctuation means sometimes there is no, they got no high income and low income. That means no fluctuations. Fifth one is promote social welfare. In a socialistic economy, the government promoted the social welfare. Absence of exploitation. There is the absence of exploitation in a socialistic economy. Reduction in economic inequalities. That means all these things are equally distributed. Avoidance of trade cycles. That means there is no fluctuation. Then increase in productive efficiency. Help to promote social welfare. The government aim is promote social welfare. These are all the things are merits of socialism. Merits of socialism. First point is reduction in inequalities. Second one is rational allocation of resources. Third one is absence of class conflict. Fourth one is end of trade. Once again I repeat it. Now we studied about economy and its types. Economy, A.J. Brown definition and J.R. Hicks definition. Then and its types. Some major economic activities are there influence in the economy system. Then major non-economic activities are also influenced the economy system. Then external activities also influenced the economic system. Types of economy, status of development, system of activities, scale of activities, nature of functioning, nature of operation, nature of advancement. These are all the types of economy. Then last point is level of national income. Then three major types of economic system. Three major economic types of system. First one is capitalistic economy. Second one is socialistic economy. Third one is mixed economy. What are the three major types of economic system? First one is capitalistic economy, socialistic economy, mixed economy. Then globalism. Then capitalism and socialism are also extreme opposite. Then what is capitalistic economy? Adam Smith was the father of capitalism. Who was the father of capitalism? Adam Smith was the father of capitalism. Then features of capitalistic economy. First one is private ownership of property and law of inheritance. That means all the things are owned by the private. Second one is freedom of choice and enterprise. The people got lot of choice. Third one is profit motive. Their motive is lot of profit. Then fourth point is free competition. Buyers and sellers got lot of competition. Then fifth one is price mechanism and sixth one is role of government, seventh one is inequalities of income. That means rich people become rich, poor people become poor. These are all the things are features of capitalistic economy. Merits of capitalism. Merits of capitalism, first point is automatic working. That means people can work automatically. Then second point is efficient use of resources. Third one is incentives for hard work. Fourth one is economic progress. Fifth one is consumer sovereignty. Sixth one is higher rates of capital formation. Seventh one is development of new technology. Then demerits of capitalism are also called limitations of capitalism. Concentration of wealth and income. Second one is wastage of resources. Third one is class struggle. Fourth one is business cycle. Fifth one is production of non-essential goods. Now we see about socialistic economy. Who was the father of socialism? Karl Marx was the father of the socialism. Socialistic economy was also called planned economy and command economy. Features of socialism. First one is public ownership of means of production. Second one is central planning. Third one is maximum social benefit. Fourth one is no existence of competition. Fifth one is absence of price mechanism. Sixth one is equality of income. Seventh one is equality of opportunity. Eighth one is classless society. Merits of socialism. Reduction in inequalities. Second one is rational allocation of resources. Third one is absence of class conflict. Fourth one is end of trade cycles. Fifth one is promote social welfare. These are all the things we studied about this. Okay. You have to study 2 mark, 3 mark question. First one is define macroeconomy. Then second one is define the term inflation. That para only. Third one, what is meant by an economy. Fourth one is classify the economic based on status of development. That means status of development. That paragraph only. What do you mean by capitalism? Capitalism definition. 3 mark question. Importance of macroeconomics. 3 points are you have to study only 3 points. Second question, the different types of economic systems. Different types of economic system. Third question, major merits of capitalism. Only you have to study 3 points. Then 5 mark questions. Discuss the scope of macroeconomics. The scope of macroeconomics, you have to study 5 points are there. 5 side heading. Okay. See, I have to talk little bit in Tamil. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம என்ன படித்தோம் அப்படின்னா பொருளாதாரம், எக்கானமி அண்ட் இட்ஸ் டைப்ஸ், பொருளாதாரமும் அதனுடைய வகைகளும். பொருளாதாரத்தை பற்றி ஏஜே ப்ரவுன், ஜேஆர் ஹிக்ஸ் டெஃபினிஷன் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அதை பற்றி படிச்சிருக்கோம். அப்புறம் அதனுடைய எக்கானமியை இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் பண்ணக்கூடிய ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் என்னென்ன, மேஜர் எக்கனாமிக் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ், நான் எக்கனாமிக் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ், எக்ஸ்டர்னல் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் அப்படின்னு படிச்சிருக்கோம். அடுத்தது டைப்ஸ் ஆஃப் எக்கானமி அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் பொருளாதாரத்தின் வகைகள் என்னென்ன அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு 6 பாயிண்ட் 7 பாயிண்ட் நம்ம படிச்சிருக்கோம். அடுத்தது எக்கனாமிக் சிஸ்டத்தில் முக்கியமான 3 டைப்ஸ் ஆஃப் எக்கனாமிக் சிஸ்டம். 3 டைப்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்லும்போது அதில் கேபிட்டலிஸ்டிக், சோசியலிஸ்டிக், மிக்சட். ஆல்ரெடி யூ ஸ்டடிட் இன் த 10th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட். ஓகே. கேபிட்டலிஸ்டிக் எக்கானமி அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது உங்களுக்கு ஆடம் ஸ்மித் ஃபாதர் ஆஃப் கேபிட்டலிசம் அப்படிங்கிறது தெரியும். நெக்ஸ்ட் அது எந்தெந்த கண்ட்ரியில் ஃபாலோ பண்ணுறாங்க, யூஎஸ்ஏ, வெஸ்ட் ஜெர்மனி, ஆஸ்திரேலியா, ஜப்பான். இப்போ அதனுடைய ஃபீச்சர்ஸ் என்னென்ன பாயிண்ட்ஸுங்கிறத நீங்கள் படிச்சுக்கிறணும். இப்போ 5 மார்க் 3 மார்க்கில் கேட்டாங்கன்னா 3 மார்க்னா 3 பாயிண்ட்ஸ், 5 மார்க்னா 5 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் அப்படி படிக்கணும் நீங்கள். அதுக்கு பிறகு மெரிட்ஸ் ஆஃப் கேபிட்டலிசம், அது ஒரு 7 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது. அதுவும் அதே போல் தான். 3 மார்க்னா 3 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் படித்தா போதும். 5 மார்க்னா 5 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் படிக்கணும். டிமெரிட்ஸ் ஆஃப் கேபிட்டலிசமும் அப்படி தான், நீங்கள் அது மாதிரி படிச்சுக்கணும். டிமெரிட்ஸ்னால் என்ன, அதனுடைய குறைபாடுகள் எல்லாத்துலேயுமே வந்து மெரிட்ஸும் இருக்கும், டிமெரிட்ஸும் இருக்கும், நல்லதும் இருக்கும், கெட்டதும் இருக்கும். இப்போ எல்லாத்தையுமே நம்ம தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கிறோம். ஓகே, அடுத்தது சோசியலிசம் பற்றி நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறணும். சோசியலிஸ்டிக் எக்கானமி, அது வந்து கார்ல் மார்க்ஸ் வாஸ் த ஃபாதர் ஆஃப் சோசியலிசம். இதுலேயும் வந்து ஃபீச்சர்ஸ், மெரிட்ஸ் அண்ட் டிமெரிட்ஸ்லாம் இருக்குது. ஃபீச்சர்ஸில் வந்து 7.8 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் தேர். ஸோ 8 பாயிண்ட்ஸையும் நீங்கள் என்ன செய்யணும், 5 மார்க்னா 5 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் படிக்கணும், 3 மார்க்னா 3 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் படிக்கணும், அந்த மாதிரி நீங்கள் படிச்சுக்கிறணும். மெரிட்ஸ் ஆஃப் சோசியலிசமும் அதே போல் தான் 5 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது, அது நீங்கள் படிச்சுக்கணும். இஃப் யூ ஹேவ் டவுட் யூ கேன் ஆஸ்க், யூ கேன் ரைட் இன் த வீடியோ கால் ஆர் தேங்க்யூ.